I'm joined now by the Democrat running to unseat him. It is Debbie Mucarsel-Powell. Hopefully I got that pronunciation correct.
That's correct. Thank you so much, Chuck.
Welcome here. Let me ask you this. You seem to have a different challenge than most Democratic challengers against Republican incumbents because you have a Republican incumbent that has tried really hard to distance himself from President Trump.
I think, of course, it was a challenge for me to actually bring forth the truth. He has been trying to portray himself as a moderate, but he truly is not. It's one of the reasons why I decided to run against him. When he took that vote to repeal the Affordable Care Act in a district where we have about 100,000 families that get their health care through the ACA, 300,000 that are living with pre-existing conditions. That was a vote that showed me that he was not there to represent us. I was the associate dean at the FIU Medical School. I've been working in healthcare and education for many years now. I know exactly what we need to do, and it's one of the main reasons why I decided to run.
So how do you answer the question when a group like Everytown, the Everytown, for gun safety, which is a group that has been mostly endorsing Democrats, endorsed him on this? What do you say to that says, see, he's a moderate, he's a centrist, he's got a Democratic-leaning groups that are supported by the Michael Bloombergs of the world helping him?
Let me answer that in two parts. First, the Moms Demand Action, which is part of Everytown, has also endorsed me. And it's a very personal issue for me. And I think that the reason why we have seen inaction is because we haven't seen any sort of political courage or will to do anything. I can tell you that, you know, I'm running for people like Romania Dukes, Regina Talbert, who have lost their kids to gun violence. For me, I can't imagine as a mom what it would be like to lose your child. And we have no more time to wait. And I can tell you that no one is ever going to wonder where I stand when it relates to gun reform. And I'm going to be very strong on not just passing universal background checks, but also banning military-style weapons. There's no reason why we should have weapons of war in our communities. And in my district, Chuck, I don't know if you know this, but we have some of the highest rates of gun violence for kids under the age of 18. So yes, you know, that happened, but I also want to just remind everyone that I was endorsed by the Miami Herald because they realized that I'm someone that has been working in this community for 20 years. I've gotten the endorsement of all the labor unions. The teachers are with me, which for me, it always shows that I'm going to be crossing that line with them, helping me out and canvassing.
You've run for office in Dade County before. You've served in office in the county before. It is interesting to me, the three sort of the best-known Republican members of Congress here. One is retiring, Ileana Ros-Lehtinen, and you have Mario Diaz-Balart and obviously Carlos Curbelo. For years, none of them got challenged, and now we're seeing it. Is this all driven? Is the county changing? Is some of the politics changing all because of President Trump?
Well, and I haven't served in office before. Let me correct you there. I did run in 2016, but I ran before Trump got elected. And the reason why I was running initially is because we have a lot of problems in this community. I do think that the demographics of Miami-Dade County are changing. We have a very diverse district, not just in mine, but also in my neighboring districts, 25 and 27. I think that people have been very frustrated with the way that Washington politicians have been acting, including, you know, some of the other districts as well. But the excitement is there. I see it. I'm a Latina. I'm the only Latina running for Congress as a Democrat in the entire state of Florida. So there's a lot of excitement in my community.
It's kind of
isn't that crazy?
Surprising.
Yeah. So I'm the only Latina. So I'm excited to hopefully get everyone's support, and I can represent that demographic as well.
Let me ask you this: the president's immigration rhetoric. You know, it's interesting. It feels like it just doesn't fit here in Miami. I mean, Miami Republicans don't usually talk that way anyway. How does that play here, and does it?
I can tell you that a lot of people have come out to tell me that they're concerned. You know, the rhetoric, that divisive and hateful rhetoric against immigrants, me being an immigrant myself, is very concerning. And people that I've been all over the voting sites, and they've been telling me, Debbie, I've never voted Democrat all the way down. And this is the first time I'm doing that because we need to change the direction of this country. And I think that's going to happen on November 6th.
Do you know, has things changed since Andrew Gillum became the top of the ticket down here?
There is an energy that I haven't seen here in a while. He definitely is very inspirational. I mean, his story is similar to mine. He comes from a working class family. He's the first one that went to college. But he talks about issues that we all care about: protecting access to health care, making sure that we protect people with pre-existing conditions, passing common sense gun reform laws. working with scientists so that we can actually bring action to protect our environment and deal with the impacts of climate change. And I think that's part of the reason also why he's bringing so much energy here in Miami-Dade.
If you win and you're running for re-election 2 years from now, what is the one accomplishment that you can say, that you hope that you can be able to say, I made a promise and I kept it? What is the one thing? If there's, I'm sure there's a lot of things.
Because
everybody always wants to. I hear you,
look,
but
women, we can multitask.
I know.
Okay? We can do a couple of things. Definitely expand access to healthcare. I have some ideas from the work that I've done at FIU at the medical school. I think that we can expand and reduce costs fairly quickly and bring, build healthier communities and ban military-style weapons.
Is there anything with the president that you agree with him on?
That's a tough question, Chuck. Look, this is what I'll say. I am willing to talk with him or anyone that wants to expand access to health care, pass common sense gun reform laws, protect dreamers, TPS recipients. That's what I'm willing to do.
All right, I'm going to leave it there.
Yeah.
Stay safe on the trail.
Thank you, Chuck.
We'll be following you on Tuesday, that's for
you.
sure. Hello, YouTubers. If you're watching this, it means you've checked out our channel, so thank you. Now do me a favor, subscribe by clicking on that button down there. Click on any of the videos to watch the latest interviews and highlights from MTP Daily and MSNBC. You can get more Meet the Press content every morning in the First Read newsletter. If you're tired of content that you don't know anything about where it came from, you don't have to have that problem with us. NBC News, MSNBC, MTP, and the Meet the Press mindset right here for you on YouTube. Subscribe now.